Hey, Nathan here, helping you become a better jungler. This is a review request I received from a player over on the European West server. He's currently Platinum 3, but he was Diamond 4 last season. Zach game of his, he goes 8-2-18. It is a win. So why do you want me to review this game specifically? Says this game was absolute domination, but was throwable. I want to know if my decision was good or not. So judging from the score here, I'm assuming you've had a pretty good early game, and I did take a look. This game went for 31 minutes. Let's find out how you could have cut at least trying 6 minutes off that. I mean, the fact that you are a Zac, I mean, Zac's a great scaling champion, great tank. If you have a good early game as Zac, I just view games just so easily. But that's obviously, the struggle with Zac. You're pretty weak early. You're a talisman jungler. You're not going to be, really, really strong in terms of your damage and carry potential. So let's take a look at that. Specific mention from the game, thinks he has problems tracking enemy and having a decent plan, so want me to focus on early game if possible. Great, we can take a look at that. So before we jump into your win condition here, let's take a look at your runes. So I go on Aftershock. This is pretty cookie cutter. Best rune for Zac after engages. Tankiness is amplified significantly with that. Font of Life. So this is obviously really good as well off your engage, but you can also go demolish. Sometimes Zac actually sort of struggles to sort of get towers. Like sometimes it's really good to get these kills. That's obviously kills leads to getting towers, but demolish sometimes helps you sort of accelerate the game a little bit faster. I think both are fine, sort of preference, but maybe try demolish in some games. Conditioning, this is great for scaling. Always take this rune on Zac. And Revitalize, always take this rune because obviously he's heals up from his blobs. It's going to help him heal up a lot better. And you have a center as well for extra heal, so that's good. Magical Footwear, Cosmic Insight, I think these are the best secondary runes as well. Just get your Cinderhawk as quick as possible. You don't need to get your boots. And Cosmic Insight, you are a very CDR-based champ, so get that extra 5% max CDR. That's great for you. And you go CDR, Armor, Health, perfect. So I think your runes are really good here. Now, let's talk about win conditions. So you did say here, Katarina mid. And sometimes, obviously Katarina's a great win conditioner. She's like a super snowbally champion. But the way that I sort of view tank junglers and Zac, you are sort of the win condition in a way by being like this huge front line and just sort of just getting through the first level 4, the early game. In terms of so the question that I actually ask here is win condition in terms of the early game. So I think Katarina is a great overall win condition, but I mean, you also have a Yas engage for Zac. So I think definitely bot side of the map. I mean, you do have a Garen playing for lane with Ignite, but Fiora is very difficult for you guys to kill, especially like a Zac. So, I mean, obviously she can riposte engage and sort of get the stunner off and stuff like that. So, I would ignore top. I think bot side is definitely a potential win condition, but I think early game as Zac, you really need to focus on just getting level 4. Then you sort of want to impact the map after that. Alright, so let's get into the game here. You do come out of base a little bit late. This is obviously a pretty minor thing, but I always like to get out of base as quickly as possible. Just get that information. League of Legends is an information-based game. Fan out, make sure the enemy team's not invading. And if you're looking to start red, I always like to just run out here and just defend my blue here. And then I'll go to my red. Because ideally my bot lane is defending this bot side here, which they sort of are. I mean, no one's checking this brush, but that's the ideal fan. The ideal fan is top, you, mid laner, ADC. So you're cutting off all those entrances for possible invades. I mean, they do have a Braum and Veigar, so potential for invade. But you are starting red. I think red is always the best start with Zac. I never like starting blue side because obviously Gromp's there and you're very slow at doing single target camps. So do your red, Krugs, Raptors. I think that's the most efficient path for Zac, and it looks like that's what you're doing here. So this is really good. But just need to focus on getting that level 4. Because the difference between level 2E and level 1E is pretty significant in terms of ganks. So I really just like to full clear. So Veigar actually is pushing up here. And he's hugging bot sides. This is obviously not warded. So you're not going to have level 2E, which is not ideal. But he's just right. Oh, this is a pretty lucky gank, I would say. But you capitalize on it and burn his flash. Great. Awesome work. So here we go. Here comes a snowball from Cat. So, I mean, given this, this game, let's take a look at this. This game should not be going for 31 minutes. Cat's already going to be out of control. Oh, she almost dies there from that tower shot. Great. So, really good early start right now from you. I think everything you've done here is good. Actually, Garen solo killed Fiora. So, you have winning mid, winning top. Jax is bot side and does kill your Yas. So I would also be noting the summoner spells burnt. So it looks like Braum burnt his flash. So I'm not sure if you use F keys, but it's great whenever you see the enemy jungler on the other side of the map. Just start tabbing there and seeing what's going on, what summoners are burnt. Like, that's really helpful information if you're looking to potentially, like, re-gank bot. And again, bot side should be your win condition. I mean, Yas is, again, great combo with Zac. So, unfortunately, Sanitizer as well. You've lost bot Rift Scuttler, but you get top Rift Scuttler. I love the 2 camps at once here. This is really, really efficient, really fast. So, I'll do this. Base, reset, go bot side, start setting up, preparing for Dragon. And actually, looking at this wave as well, I want you to be down here really ASAP. This is going to start pushing. Reason being is that, I mean, they have a cannon wave right now. And this is going to start building up because the way it works is this wave that's coming up is their wave is going to get quicker to here than your wave. So their minions are going to start being able to hit the range minions, hit these things faster. It's just going to build, and start pushing back. And I actually want you to come down here for a gank. Potentially you can look to do Dragon off this. So let's base after Wolves here. And you don't base after Wolves. Okay, so Jax is here. You are level 5. I mean, you're doing really well with experience and gold. Like, see, the thing is, you don't need to do this. Like, again, I just wanted you to be bot. Look at where the wave is right now. It's pushed in super hardcore, as we could tell was going to happen. Come here, do your second Krugs. You've already got mid ahead. Like, it's all good. Don't need to come do this. This is just risk that you don't need to take. And actually, Braum shows up here. So you're actually potentially going to die. At least burn your passive. Okay, so yeah, you've actually lost your passive. And sure, you get the kill on Jax here, but a rule of thumb that I have is Zac. I always want to try and keep my passive before at least the first dragon fight, because that is obviously a huge cooldown. It's like 5 minutes on Zac. Like, wasting it like this is not worth it. You could have just based bot side. You'll be so much further ahead right now. Like, if you can dig Krugs, Raptors, got controlled, start set up for this. Bot would have pushed in, Dragon, start using that as a potential win condition. So I think this is actually a really big mistake for you. Now, the problem right now is you're staying on the map way too long. And this is just delaying the Dragon so far. Like, let's base. There's nothing more for you to do right now. I guess you can place that ward. You're not basing in the brush. It's a little mistake. Control ward, I like it. Could you have bought 2? You could have bought 2. And this is a situation where I think buying 2 controls is really good. Just that you're going to have insane control of Dragon. Bot River, I mean, look at all the control you have Bot River right now. Like, this is a free Dragon. So I definitely think 2 control wards it's not the worst thing. Like, you have bought at least 1 control ward, and sometimes it's better to sort of save that gold so you can get Cinderhawk quicker. But in general, 2 control wards, you're just going to have a much easier time setting up for objectives like Dragon. Alright, so we'll do our second Krugs now. Cut's going to kill mid again. Alright, so it looks like you are coming for a bot gank, and this is, yeah, Cloves, Zac, this is really well played from you. Zac's really good with the Cloves here. I love that you sweep this, looking to engage. But Varus does have flash. Okay, he just burns flash. You're going to kill this Braum. You ult. Alright, good. Really good gank. I think overall, I mean, your early game's been good. Except for that decision to not base after Wolves, I think it's been pretty good. So, in terms of specific moments, I think your early game's good. This should be a free Dragon. You have bot priority. Vega's just dying to this cut constantly now. Okay, so game plan after this. So I'm very happy for you to just keep farming up and just outscaling super hard. Just being that insane tank. Like, I do think keep ganking mid. This is potentially another gank you don't want to be doing. I don't want you to show on the map. Are you showing on the map right now? Okay, you are. The actual team enemy sees you, so you've actually showed on the map. Just do red Raptors. You don't need to take these fights to win this game. Remember, that's always the key thing. Know when you don't need to take fights, and because this is just throws. Like, you throw games for fights you don't need to take. You don't have your passive anymore. I like the little trick there of the Q over the wall to CC the red as well. Okay, so I do want you to base to buy Cinderhawk once you can afford it, which is in about 100 gold. I think it's 1200 gold when you base for Cinderhawk. You are going for a bot gank now. Really, really good engage here. Awesome work. Good double kill. And we're actually going to... So we actually don't know where Jax is right now. I mean, this is pretty safe. Like, you do have... Like, you just kill bot. Yes, can potentially come help you. Cat has priority. But definitely want you to think about basing for Cinderhulk. Jax actually is topside. So, I mean, obviously you don't know that. I wouldn't have known that either. I mean, ideally he's potentially looking to do blue. His buffs up. But nonetheless, Jax probably couldn't have contested that anyway. 2 control wards. Excellent work out of base. Love it. So... in terms of what to do now, I mean, really you have a lot of options. I mean, you're 3k gold ahead now. You have a lot of winning lanes. You actually can get Rift Child, but I want you to sort of get Rift Child off potentially another mid gank. So come up here, play some control wards, actually start setting up Rift Child. I like this control ward really deep here. It just helps me sort of track everyone coming through here. Use sweeper, all sweep here. Just sit there in this brush, potentially look for engagement Vega. If he's really playing really safe, just do Rift with Cat's priority. But that's what I'll be doing right now. Okay, so the problem with you doing wolves is that this is a rule you need to follow, especially in this situation. Vision first, then do your jungle camps. Like, your cat is super fed. She is your win condition. Like, even you said yourself. Just come up here, protect her, get some information. Like, where's Jax? Like, obviously Jax has just shown top, but just get some information regardless. And then you can do camps. Like, camps are going to be there anyway. Come here, get vision first, protect your laners, pressure the map. Then do your camps. Like, you have 2 control wards. Don't be stingy with them. Just use them. So Jax actually has killed your Garen top lane. Oh, they're both grouped up. I love Zac engages like this. This is pretty good. You actually might get some kills here. Oh, okay. So this is a little bit of a mechanical misplay here. So you need to time the knock up with your Q, like almost like milliseconds after like the actual CC itself is done, and then you ult. Like, that's like really annoying. So you see here, you E. That's good. Q, Q. So you see how you start ulting right now? You could have like waited an extra little bit of time to ult, and that would have like kept them stuck here a little bit further. But you probably are going to get a double kill anyway here. But like that, those super micro, like, see, look at this now. This is actually pretty messy. These super like little micro things make a huge difference. But you still get to get the double kill. That's good. But that's in general. You want to sort of think about the Q, like get a gauge in your mind, like how, like the actual knock up itself. Like, what's it say here? It doesn't actually say. So like after the collide, so a little bit after the collide, it's sort of just something you need to get a feel for. But then like you are like just after that, like you want it to be like milliseconds after that. But every little millisecond, you like, if you start ult CCing with them like colliding at the same time, like that's just layering CC for no reason, right? So you don't want to be doing that. You want to chain CCing, you know, one after the other. So little tip there. Do our Rift Herald, which is really good off this. I mean, this is a perfect early game. You got in Dragon, you got Rift Herald. You see Jack's bots, you do decide to do some counter jungling Raptors. I mean, counter jungling Raptors on Zac's like best thing. He does them so quickly. And it looks like your team gets a bunch of kills here. Great chunk on Vega. Dragon's up now. Okay, so you actually do decide to do Rift Herald. Potentially, I want you to be a little bit more patient with this. Just go help your team do Dragon. You see, Vega needs to like base anyway. Like because what I'm looking at here is that Rift Herald's going to not be as effective because these minions are going to die, right? And I want you to always sort of have in mind, like this is a cannon wave as well. Rift Herald with like a full wave. That's best case scenario because then all the minions are hitting it, all that sort of stuff. You're going to get the tower way easier, way quicker like that. Because right now, like Vega might actually just stick around and try and actually like stun this, like clear the wave and stuff like as he's done here. So yeah, this is sort of not ideal. Like again, he had to base anyway. But you should still get this tower. Okay, if you die, you will get this tower. So that's actually really good there. But in general, be trying to use Rift Herald with like a full wave. That's best case scenario. You're going to get way more out of it there. Rift Herald's not just going to tank the tower and just die super easily. Because then the thing as well is if the Rift Herald dies and there's all these minions here, then you're not forced to just back off. Like you can keep hitting it, right? Oh, so your team actually just does Dragon without you, which is fine. I mean, you guys just won like a bunch of fights mid. Full priority makes enemy team react. I love the control here. You finally placed it here. That's good. So, yeah. So this should be a very clean game out of this. So let's take a look why this game goes for an extra 17 plus minutes. Okay. So, first thing. You're entering base without 2 control wards. Okay. This might be a recurring theme, I feel. If you have the gold and you're not spending it, that's worrying me. But you did get it beforehand. So, not too sure about that. I'm not sure why you've suddenly switched your mindset to not getting 2 control wards. Is it maybe because you think you're 5-0-2 like you're invincible? Not a good way to be thinking. So, good. E onto the Veigar there, burning his flash. I would like this little trick that you do. With the Krugs and the red. Center has died. Okay, so thinking about objectives right now. So obviously you definitely want to be playing around your cat as much as possible. But what you need to do to accelerate this game is either be looking to get top tower or bot tower. I mean, in this case, obviously your bot has just died. But, I mean, Zach's one of the few champions that I would actually say this is actually a good idea. You're going to deny 3 of these people trying to get this tower. You'll be able to clear this wave super easily. I mean, they even might try and commit to you and kill you. But I think you're passive up right now. You do have your passive. So these guys definitely can't kill you. And you've actually done it again with the whole colliding into ult. You're just layering the CC too much. So you see here, good E, good Q. You see how you like literally, like they're collided and you still ult. So you've actually just negated both that CC, literally. Like this, you could have actually chunked them way more, even potentially killed Jax. Maybe not. I mean, you did actually have blue smite for that extra damage. But the good thing about it is you've completely denied 3 of them off that. Cat's going to be able to free farm mid. Push this in, Rift Scuttler. Nice. Okay, so I like that you have the mindset of playing around Cat, but we do have top tower, which is good, but this is definitely the next objective you want to get on the map, especially since dragons, I mean, you have fourth dragon win condition, so definitely need to be thinking about the timers on that. Okay, so is this engage not, is this like, the question I'm asking here is, do you need to do this to like, do you have to do this to win the game? So let's see what information we have right now. So Veigar's top, Fiora's top, Veigar's probably base now, we see Jax. So this is potentially a 2 versus 4. Veigar's potentially base coming on this now. I mean, if you engage straight away, maybe Veigar might not be here in time, but maybe someone needs to react to bot. Okay, he's actually TP'd. Bot, who's it going to be? Is that Veigar? So it is Veigar. Okay, so this is actually... Okay, so this works, but I feel like this was a little bit lucky. You didn't, like, Veigar was TPing as that happened. So again, that could have been a 2 versus 4 fight. That could have been a lot of shutdown gold you guys gave if Veigar showed up there and sort of completely disengaged that. Like, he could have easily just stunned the Katarina, like, under tower or something like that. Especially like this situation right now. This could have gone pretty south for you guys. So, looks like it works, but I want to sort of think about the thought process there. I mean, in terms of, did you know that that was literally going to be a 2 versus 3 fight? Okay, so a little bit of overstay right here going on. I really need you to base. You have 1600 gold. I need you to clear your camps. It's very difficult to siege these towers actually with your comp. And this is the downside of sort of not taking Demolish on Zac. And maybe it's the thing where thinking about it now. Take Demolish on Zac when you have like a bunch of melee champs. I mean, you have 4 melee champs right here. So your siege potential sucks. You actually need kills to get sieges off, right? So... in terms of siege in a tower, like, you guys can't do that. It's, like, impossible with, like, 4 melee champs. Especially against, like, a Veigar and Varus. Alright, no 2 controls out of base again. Huge mistake. Dragon's coming up soon. Rift Herald's going to come up soon. It's going to make it so much more difficult to get river control, secure these objectives without those control wards. So, already you can tell how this game's going to go an extra 13 minutes. Alright, so we do pick off the Braum here. Kill Veigar. So your Garen is dead. This is a potential 4 versus 4 fight. I mean, again, obviously you have a really good combo with Zac, yes, but actually, I mean, Braum's going to be back up. Just do Dragon and Rift Herald. I don't want you actually to risk a fight at all here. And I can already tell your mindset right now. This is actually how the game's going to go longer. So yeah, you guys are fighting. Katarina's backing off for some reason. Like, I mean, she's like the right thing to back off. You guys don't have a big enough minion wave. Braum's back on the map. Garen's not dead. Let's just get Dragon Rift Herald. No reason to... You don't need to do this to win the game. That's the key thing. Like, it could have worked maybe in some situation, but just get your fourth... Go for fourth drag win condition. Get Rift Herald. You need that Rift Herald to break towers because your siege comp's really bad with all the melee champs. Like, you're potentially going to be in the back foot right now with Yas and actually lose Dragon. And look at this. You have no control because you have no control wards and you're going to lose Dragon. And you jump in, try and steal it. Oh no, Cat dies. You've just given away 1,200 gold to shutdown gold when you didn't need to. And again, look at the consequences right now of what happens when, well, you don't have 2 control wards. And the mindset that you were in to do that was you had kills over objectives in mind. Objectives win games. Play this game slow. Just be patient. The more patient you are, actually, the quicker the game actually will end for you. So this is just stalling out the game. You just died. You've given 1,200 free shutdown gold to the enemy team. This is how you throw games. I mean, look at the gold differentiation now. It's 2,000. So that was not a fight you needed to take. Just push in mid. You had full priority constantly. They don't have mid tower yet. Means that you're going to be able to push this wave all the time. Free Dragon, free Rift Herald. Play the game out smart. Don't just go for kills over objectives. And those were 2 crucial objectives up as well. So Rift Herald's now dead, so that's not going to go to any team. Yeah, I don't think you can just 1v1 a Zac here. He'll just run away. You don't have enough damage to pick him off. So just do your camps. Katarina has just killed mid. And gold is almost dead even right now. And based on the early game, like, that should not be the case at all. Alright, great engage mid there. Utilizing Yas, Zac combo. Can we do Baron? So Garen is dead. Fiora's dead. You guys don't have the quickest Baron, so I mean, I guess it's fun to just keep repeat diving. Hopefully these guys just running one by one, which is the case, potentially. But, nah, that was a waste of an R. Like, no one's there to follow up. Just get the tower, reset. I need you to get 2 controls. You still don't have 2 control wards. I miscount. I didn't actually look at the base there, but when you sell refillable potion, you should at least get 1 control ward. Like, refillable potion is useless at this stage. What do you need it for? Control ward's much more important to be looking to control areas of the map, control objectives. Your map's just so dark right now. So yeah, as soon as your team is stunned by this Veigar cage, there's no follow-up. Like, you're not going to be able to one-shot people with your ult. Just don't save your ult. You've just wasted it. The cooldown on that's not short. You shouldn't be just using that like that. Okay, the only thing I want you to do right now is base for control wards. That's literally it. So, do these camps, that's fine. Base. No 2 control wards. You had 196 gold. Huge. So, I can just tell from most of this game, you're not going to buy a single control because you're in that mindset right now. You're just like, I'm just going to get kills because I'm so far ahead. I'm like a super tank and Cat's super far ahead. I'm just going to keep getting items. But control wards, I mean, this is why the game goes for 30 minutes. I want to emphasize that constantly. Like, I can already tell. And look at this. Again, kills over objectives. Like, think about the numbers disadvantage. Yasuo just died. Garen's top. Fiora's literally here. You see her. Fiora's like one of their strongest members. She has Triforce, Ravenous Hydra. Like, this is... You're just going to die. And here we go. I mean, I can tell this is coming from a mile away. Simple numbers disadvantage. You guys don't have a huge lead at all. You don't have, like, 4 dragons. And this is how you throw games. You could have easily just sat there, defended the tower. There's no way the enemy team's going to be able to siege this when you're sitting behind. Like, you could have just done Raptor Camp. If they decide to siege, you just engage, you just wipe them under tower. Zac is insanely good for when teams are committing to towers. Start setting up dragons. Someone push bot. Do your Krugs. There's so much more to do to set up to end this game out. I mean, dragons obviously coming up soon, but you still need to be looking to control top side for Baron when dragon's not an option. So luckily your team does come back here, and Garen actually is, I guess, getting a lot top for that. He gets some towers. Two controls out of base. No. And you could have easily sold your refill potion for at least one there. It's going to make setting up dragons so much more difficult for you. So much more difficult for you. I mean, this is somewhat of a dice roll. I mean, actually, no, I guess not. Garen is down here. So Vega is dead. Cat's coming. So this is good. There's no way. I mean, the enemy team is doing the opposite, like what you're doing before. Just taking numbers disadvantage fights, trying to contest objectives when they can't. Great, so you get some kills here. We got some pings on Baron now. And again, like ideally you have control wards here to set up Baron. Control ward in this bush for Baron is really important if a fight breaks out, because you need control of this brush for these fights. If people come in here and get out of vision, it can be the difference between winning and losing fights, big time. Okay, so there's a little bit of fighting going on here. Cat's just been forced out. This is actually good. You should be able to kill Varus here. Nice combo. What happened with your Q there? So E in, combo. Oh, you actually missed your Q. That's what happened. I was wondering what happened there. You would have killed Varus there if you hit that Q, even if you flashed. The range of Q would have got that, yeah. So there's no excuse to be missing a knock up on a Q on a knocked up target that's literally basically stationary. Alright, so you guys have sort of missed all the opportunity right now. I need you to actually just back off, farm your jungle camps, need you to basing it to controlled, start resetting up Baron again. So the thing about this is looking to fight right now. Cat's low, right? Yasuo just uses combo. You don't have ults. Like, you still need to be thinking about using your, like, having ults for your team. Like, and look at this. Another throw. You didn't need to do this. You could have just set this up nicely. Much more nicely. Got control wards, farmed up your camps. These are just dice roll fight. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And they decide to commit to the tower. But there's just fights going on here and just not objective focus at all. I mean, look how blank the map is right now. No control wards whatsoever from anyone. But, I mean, you need to still pull your weight, even though if no one else is doing it. Alright, Jax is trying to dive a Zac with passive. Okay. You guys can potentially look to Baron off this. I mean, I still ideally wish you had control wards, but I think just go straight for this. Jax is dead. Veigar's bot. Okay, so he's a free Baron. He doesn't have TP. Then, once we get this, we need to be setting up Dragon. 4th Dragon as well. So get this. Great. Smite. Reset. Go bot. And the other, again, no 2 controls out of base. Really big mistake. It's just going to be setting up, what's it called? Dragon so much harder. I mean, Zac controls are so important to be sitting on them and sitting in brushes and making sure it's not warded, so then you can get a surprise engage off. Zac is like most effective when the enemy team doesn't know that he's coming from like a flank or engaging. Zac's engage is pretty easy to dodge when, you know, you can see it coming from a mile away. So like control wards, I mean, super important in general, but even more important in a champion like Zac's engage. So this is just back and forth kills, back and forth kills. I mean, they're fighting you guys with Baron with a huge wave, so you should be able to get Dragon pretty freely. Let's push in mid instead of doing Raptor Camp potentially. Alright, this is Veigar's TP, and this should be a potential free kill if Cut comes. Alright, so the main team's sort of just playing pretty sloppy now. Free 4th Dragon. Okay, so you guys still have a bit of Baron. So ideally what you want to do here, I mean, are you guys further enough ahead to literally straight up and like dive them? I mean, potentially. I mean, no one can really, Fiora's pretty strong in the split right now. I don't think anyone can actually match her. I mean, potentially your best bet is literally just dive with 4 Dragon Souls, Yas combo, Zac. I mean, you're very tanky right now, but you don't actually have passive because you blew it before with the Jack. So maybe your best bet to just fight. I mean, if they're actually this far up, you don't even need to dive. Just do this. Okay, game. This makes sense why the game actually ends now. Just brute force. This is fine. Braum's dead. They can't fight you. Alright. End the game, but lots of potential big throws here. And a lot of... I mean, the biggest thing here is just no focus on controls. I mean, like, beside this game, 2 controls, hugely important for objective control. Your games will completely change as a jungler if you just focus more on getting controls. I don't care how far ahead you are. The other thing as well is don't take fights. Like, think about the fights. Numbers is advantage, numbers disadvantage. Think about your ultimates. And also, I mean, the biggest thing here as well was, yeah, taking fights when you didn't need to. You know, you could have just kept farming your jungle, pick your right engages instead of just engaging all the time, especially, you know, without ults. And the other thing as well was that little, you keep messing up your Q combo with ult, like you're lowering the CC too much. So that's going to be it for this review. I hope that this was helpful. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions for it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.